Hello guys and girls. So today we're going to be installing a Curt trailer receiver, and the Curt trailer receiver that we're installing today, I have my dad here helping me, is going to be the 13900. I don't believe that this is a specific one toward the Nissan Frontier. Actually, I think this one's a little bit more universal. I think they do have a exact specific one that goes toward the Nissan Frontier, but this one is not it. This is one that's universal, goes to other trucks too. But anyways, so in order to install your receiver hitch to your truck, there's a good thing that they have on these Nissan Frontiers is they already have the holes. So you can see right here, they're already threaded, so you don't need to drill into your frame or anything like that. All you need to do is buy the right bolts, and the bolts that the Curt hitch comes with are actually standard. They're not metric. You need metric. So the bolts that you're going to need to order are M12 by 125 pitch and 35 millimeters long. And then you can just use the washers that come with the bolts that they originally give you. Anyways, so you have your two mounting holes here. Well, you actually have three, my bad. One's gonna be a little bit past this exhaust right here. You can see it's right here, this middle one, and then this one on the end. But like I was saying earlier, this hitch is made for other model trucks. It's not this truck specific. So me and my dad found out that you're only going to be using two of these holes because one of the holes for the hitch does not line up. And then here's the other holes that go on the other side for the hitch here on the frame. There you see the three holes a little bit better because the exhaust pipe isn't in the way. But that is what we're going to be mounting the Curt hitch to. As you can see here, I have one of the bolts in for the trailer receiver, and you can see that this middle mounting point does not line up with the trailer hitch, receiver hitch, but the top one does line up. Just gotta move it over a little bit, but the top one does line up. So you'll be able to use just 4 of the bolts for this trailer receiver. Whenever you're tightening down your bolts, make sure you put your torque spec to 64 foot-pounds as recommended on the instruction manual. So whenever you're installing your trailer receiver hitch, you got to make sure you torque down these bolts to 64 foot-pounds. And another thing you have to make sure is that you put some red Loctite on every single one of your bolts, because you do not want these bolts to vibrate out. I'm gonna go ahead and torque one of these to where y'all can see. Here I am using my torque wrench. You can buy a cheap torque wrench from Harbor Freight, I believe for around $25, maybe less. There you go. There you go. Okay, this is why I say that this trailer receiver mount is universal, because it gives you the ability to expand this mounting point that's right here to a little bit wider depending on your subframe size or your frame size. So what you can do is you can either push it in or expand it out depending on your frame size. And then another thing, like I was saying earlier, is you want to make sure you put red Loctite in all of your bolts whenever you're installing this, because you do not want these bolts to vibrate out. So here's my red Loctite. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this red Loctite more towards the end of this bolt, but that's because that's where the nut goes. Whenever you tighten it at the end, you want it to get it, you know, as tight as possible, so as close as possible. The nut is gonna be more toward the end of this. So if you're putting Loctite at the very end of the bolt, that's not gonna do you any good, because your bolt's gonna end up close to the threads, closer to the metal that you're trying to squeeze this together on. So that's just my 2 cents. So here's what the Curt receiver looks like once installed. You honestly can't really see it from the back unless you kind of look down. You'll see it, just, you know, a straight bar, but you can't really see it if you're in the standing position. You can kind of see it, but when you're really close to the truck, you honestly can't see it. You can only see your 2-inch receiver that's sticking out. Right now I have my little motorcycle hitch on here, so y'all can kind of see, you know, what it looks like whenever you have something installed. But as far as the side view, the only thing you can really see is these two little, almost look like little wings that stick out, little winglets that stick out. But other than that, it's not that bad. It's pretty hidden. Here's the other side. So yeah, you can kind of see it right there. Kind of see it sticking out, but it's not that bad. It sticks out just as low as your exhaust pipe, so it's not something that sticks out excessively to where you'd have to worry about no ground clearance or anything like that. So it sticks out within good measure, you know. But other than that, the only complaints I have with this receiver is the universal part. Honestly, what I don't like is, let me show you right here. Okay, so you see how there's that bolt, you can see it, and then there's those holes. Well, if you move the 2-inch receiver, there's actually a little bit of play to where if removing it, it'll be hitting this bolt that's right here. So I don't like that. I feel like after a while, if this thing keeps moving, you know, back and forward, whatever, it's gonna end up wearing out these bolts, and they could potentially snap. So in order to fix that, I think what I'm gonna end up doing is, I wanted to drill holes through here, but I really don't want to, you know, mess up the warranty or anything like that. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is put a spacer in between. So, you know, this square tubing that goes into this square tubing, we want to get rid of that play that's in that square tubing, so whenever we torque these down, you can actually hold both of these things in place. But other than that, that's the only issues I have with this towing receiver, is that it has side to side play.